Hello everyone, I'm Nintendobman. It's been 5 months since I made my last video, so I decided I'm gonna make a new one. As you can see, over here, I got a sign. Yeah, it's pretty cool, the Nintendobman show. You got a backdrop. Badass. Anyway, I haven't made a video in 5 months, and I don't know why. The last video wasn't even really a video, it was like an entry to a Household Hackers contest. So some fans, PM'd me a bit, wrote on my profile a bit, saying, are you dead? Why aren't you making any more videos? Uh, I don't really know a reason. There really isn't a reason. Just laziness, probably the biggest reason. Procrastinating. School. I'm in high school now. Yeah, it's kind of hard. Anyway, yeah. So I'm going to get on with the review. What do I have for you today? Well, I have for you a Nintendo Dreamcast. I just picked this up today. As you can see, it is the console itself. It actually did come with a box, which I don't really feel like showing you. Well, fine, I'll show you. There's the box right there. There's your Sega Dreamcast box. It came in the box, all this stuff. So yeah, parts on the console. It's got a power button. It's got a open button, so you could put the disc in. It's got a modem here for online play. And that actually came with it, a modem, which is awesome. And it actually did have online play, like Phantasy Star Online was one of the flagship games that came with this console. That was online. It was one of the first home consoles with online. Awesome. The power cord goes in here, along with a AV out and such. So yeah, that's the console basically. It's kind of small. It's actually very small. I thought it'd be much bigger, but it's quite compact. It's got 4 controller ports on the front. And compared to an Xbox 360, this thing is tiny, man. It's really small. It's good. I like it. I like the design of this a lot. Alright. Now on to the controller. Yeah, the controller. This is a controller with a VMU in it. What's a VMU, you ask? A VMU is this. This is the memory card for the Dreamcast. Cool thing about this is it had a little LCD screen, so you could actually download mini games from your Dreamcast, games that you already bought, download a mini version and play it on the go. Also served as a memory card, and if you're playing a game and it's inside your controller, it'll show your stats, maybe a logo for the game, which is pretty awesome. I actually really like that about the console. The VMU is actually really cool. So yeah, and the actual controller itself, it's got 4 face buttons, kind of similar to the Xbox 360. It's got an analog stick, D-pad, start button, and 2 shoulder buttons. The controller is somewhat comfortable. It's not the most comfortable controller I've ever played on, but it's actually a really good controller, and I'm happy with it. The analog's good. The D-pad's kind of mushy, could be a little stiffer in my opinion, and the buttons are good. So that's the Dreamcast controller. The really main gripe I have about it is that the wire comes out the bottom. That's just messed. Why would they do that? The wire should always come out the top, but for some reason it comes out the bottom, which is really weird. So yeah, that's the controller part of the Sega Dreamcast. And with the deal, I got a second controller for free. And the reason I got it for free is because it's kind of messed up, it's kind of broken, but it still works. So, second player, alright, for free. It was a pretty good deal in my opinion. Came with both the cords, AV and power cord, basic stuff, boring. Now I'm going to talk about games. First thing is I got Power Stone with this. Power Stone is a unique fighting game for the Dreamcast, and it's unique in the fact that you could walk around and actually use weapons and items and pieces of the scenery to throw at your opponent. And once you get 3 different gems, blue, yellow, and I think red, red, you get a power-up, and you get to become this cool dude. Each person has a different kind of Power Stone guy, and you get a special combo and stuff, which is pretty cool. And yeah, It reminds me of Budokai Tenkaichi, except the maps in these games are much more compact, which I really like. Because of Budokai Tenkaichi, it was just getting ridiculous, man. You could like fly across the map and run away. It's really balls. I really hate that game. I like Budokai much better, the original Budokai series. But anyway, that's Power Stone. It's an official game. And yeah, just show you the inside art. It's awesome. It's a good game. Very unique fighting game. I really like it. Yeah. Now the thing about the Sega Dreamcast is it didn't have a lockout chip for its games, so a lot of people could actually burn games and bootleg them, which I have a few here. Yeah, so I'll talk about them. First, the guy at the store threw this in for free. A burned Virtua Tennis. Why did they call it Virtua? Like, they couldn't put that extra L in for Virtua Tennis. Whatever. It's burnt. Yeah, because it's really easy to burn games for the system, which is the reason I bought it. Because, you know, you don't have to spend all this money on games. Just go ahead and burn it for like $1. So that's a sick game. I also got Ready to Rumble Boxing. It's like $2. Burnt. I used to have this game back on N64. I really liked Ready to Rumble Boxing, but I like this Dreamcast version better because it has better graphics, better control, better everything, in my opinion. I still like the N64. It's a very good console, but I just like this version better. I just like it better. Then I also got this game, Capcom vs. SNK 2. Capcom vs. SNK is similar to Capcom vs. Marvel 2, except it has SNK characters this time around, which I don't really know what SNK is. I am pretty sure it's a company in Japan, or here too, that make fighting games as well. That's why they versed each other. Some of the SNK characters are just weird. I'm not even going to go into it, but it's a pretty good game. It's a solid game. It's very similar to Marvel vs. Capcom, so if you have that game, you know, get this one too. You know, you can just burn it. I don't really advocate burning it. It kind of sucks. But really, like, who doesn't do it? Come on. And Dreamcast is dead anyway. It's not like Sega's getting any money for the sales of these games. So yeah, that's it, man. That's the review of the Sega Dreamcast. It was a good console, but it bombed because of, well, it didn't really bomb. It just started declining in sales because of the PS2. The PS2 actually had a DVD player built in. And DVD players were actually very costly back then. To have one in a console is amazing. So that's why the PS2 really skyrocketed and the Dreamcast fell. And that's why I bought a PS2. I didn't really buy a Dreamcast at all. The PS2 is just the better console in my opinion, but Dreamcast is still an awesome console. I really like this console. So yeah, that's it. And that's an episode of the Nintendobman show. I like that sign there in the backdrop. Anyway, I'll see you guys around.